to the all segment of law and we are today feature restoring peace alone. I'd like to say that we are going to be doing a segment on marriage. Nina Simone was all for marriage, and she sang some of her songs about marriage, like "Be My Husband and I'll Be Your Wife." Now we're going to be talking about order remarriage during the marriage 24th of first county on a Nina Simone business and a relationship. Now, I'm going to be talking to you from a perspective of a woman that is engaged. I like to tell you that it's very vital that you should understand that there's very important documents that you must include in your engagement. Now, for those of you who are going to for the spring time around, it's not necessary that you go to obtain those marriage licenses, and you would like to have your memorandum, your letter of memorandum in order with all the documented information you're going to put on there. You want to put things on your memorandum like, and I do agree to have a relationship. I do not wear an open marriage or a swinger. You can put those things on your decree. And you could possibly even have a lawyer sit in to make sure he sanctioned what you put on there. Then there's a spiritual decree that you write out exactly how you grow into one of them. If you want to inquire upon your spirit walk with God, you want your significant other to acquire. It's very important that you should have these documents because they can be used in the place of a marriage license. And for those of us who are doing it the second time around, if you love a person and you have something called you have something for past and death, nothing you could keep from this person, not being necessary to have a marriage license if you think it will bind you. Now, for the benefit of those who are looking at legal documents such as Social Security, and you have a spouse that may have not worked enough quarter enough and paid enough in Social Security, and you want to give him the effectively but funny Social Security. That's right. You have two packages for your Social Security. One for your individual Social Security, and then one for your family and your spouse. Now that means if you have a child at home, he will get his provision for your Social Security, and your spouse will get his spouse if he has to pay and if he can cord enough into the Security and Social Security, and that is here 3 years that it must add up to. Now, I want to say that it is vital that you should have documents printed up, and that you should have documents that you are using in your spiritual decree. You want to write out the right that you want things to put in your spiritual decree because you want to make sure that others knows that you want to develop consciously together, and you don't want to grow apart, but you want to grow together. Okay? And it's vital that you put things in there like your intentions to go on and become a minister. If you're planning on going to be playing story in the middle, you plan on becoming an evangelist, you need that right there. How you in there you want to have studies and continue your growth. Put those types of things in there. It's very vital. It's very vital that you should understand that marriage can be fun. Let's talk about leisure. Let's talk about how fun marriage could be. Put the leisure back in your life. Don't get him married and married, being old fogey and fogey, going in and not anywhere, making any trips. You should have a budget set up. Now, you want to make sure how much money is coming out of the house. Find out if that man or woman is paying alimony to children outside of your marriage, because it will put a damper on your leisure. You need to know what money you have, and what values leave in the house. It's very vital you should take leisure. You need one to need this sabbatical. You feel about sabbatical. You must take that leisure time, and you must have activities and things that you do together as a couple, and have your own lifestyle also. But don't grow apart from each other. Stay in thing. To projects that you work that you make on, that the spouse of yours or your husband needs, and if some things in common with you. You don't want to be swimming upstream while he's swimming downstream. and go and get a reading from a bona fide priest. Have the priest do a reading. See if you're compatible. You might be a Pisces, he might be an Aries, but during the reading was done, it is cosmic. That's correct showing. Come back to that. Moon, your moon may be in Taurus, and in Mars too. And your Venus may be in Aries, and his Venus in Aries too. Then you find out you're more alike than different. And also make sure, not only when you get a reading, make sure you do a background check, criminal background check, so you know that you owe any, if you have any debt or have any liens, so that you walk, that you don't know what may be devastating. It's very vital that you should do these things. Now, Nina Simone talked about being her husband and she be your wife. Nina Simone talked very vividly about that. She said, be my husband and I'll be your wife. I'm being clean you. I'm being clean you. The promises you made to me. Oh, if I'm not going out with Rosalie, why don't you keep the promises? Keep the promises. That's right. That's what have some promises that you got promises to one another. And you gotta be mindful. You gotta find you have to act that you be got to be honest. And the first line of you have good line of communication. Keep the line of communication open and make sure that you get out and enjoy yourself. Make some contribution to the community that you live in by working together, pulling together in a heroic way. We'll be back and we'll talk to you tomorrow. So thank you much very much, and have a great evening. And I will say, Odabo.